Hello, this is Brandon from Galaxydoc Market. This is a learning segment video. Due to popular demand, I'm going to present to you, learn this indicator to dominate the stock market like a pro. And we're going to be using Lululemon as an example of a real life trade that we have going on to illustrate this point. Here's the disclaimer. Please pause it and read it. If you agree, please move forward. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, two indicators that we're looking at is the Price Percent Oscillator, which is the PPO, and Average Directional Index, or ADX. These are common everyday indicators that we use throughout, but I'm going to show you how Galaxydoc Market and our group and our mentorship group and our alerts group, and this is typically the type of things that are taught in our Galaxydoc Market trading course. Now, it is a little bit unorthodox that we use this. However, it is what I call PPO ADX crush indicator. And what does that mean? Well, PPO and ADX are basically commonly known directional indicator as well as momentum indicator. I'm not going to go into full detail for this video segment. You can do your own research, or you can look into purchasing our course, which we go into deep dive into each of these indicators, and you will learn about all the indicators that we use over at Galaxydoc Market. And so our Galaxydoc trading method, and that is something that you might want to look into, but you don't need to do that. This video will absolutely change your the way you trade and the way you time entries and exit. We are only focusing on one component, and that is the question of how do we find directional change as the stock sells off? How do we know the bottom is in? And that's exactly how we use PPO ADX crush indicator. In this video, we will only be focusing on the bullish trend change that is applicable. Okay, but you can apply this. You don't have to buy the course. You don't have to do anything, but this will change the way you trade. Now, this is the typical PPO ADX indicator, and you have the PPO at the top and ADX at the bottom. So, just so that you know, when you set up your chart, you need to set the PPO above the ADX. And the typical one, the predominant one that we're going to be focused on is the PPO ADX as it crushes in a bullish fashion. Okay, right now, today, as I'm making this video, it is making this bullish cross at the moment. Okay, but let's focus on this aspect as we bring up the chart. Okay. So let's go. So the PPO ADX works best. In fact, I don't recommend using it in any other time frame other than daily and weekly. Right now, we're showing you the daily. And this daily chart right now, this is real time as I'm making this video. It's approximately 1:05 p.m. Eastern time, and on May, 24th, 2024. And so we're forming that bullish candle. Earlier this morning, I basically called out a signal for our alerts group in our mentorship group, shall I say. And I said, hey guys, Lulu's nearing the bottom. Here's our, and I'm going to show you. June 7th, 340 calls. Earnings are on 6.5, okay? Pilot positions. Okay, so that's where we called it, and you can see the timestamp and everything else that's there. So why did I call that? I mean, are you, people might be saying, and a lot of people were, and they're saying, Brandon, but I thought you said consumer discretionary sector is getting killed, and then also consumer demand destruction. Yes, but nothing goes down in a straight line, and we are kind of in that oversold situation, right? And so what compels us to do that? And that's where PPO ADX comes in. So let me scroll down, and here is the PPO ADX. And guys, pay attention to this, okay? PPO at the top, and ADX, Advanced Average Directional Indicator, is at the bottom. And when we look at this particular section, right, we have the crush happening here, and then we have a crush happening here, and we have a crush forming in real time right here at this level. So let's go back up and see where this crush indicator told us. Yes, and this is about the time we got ourselves out of LULU, right? Because of this bounce, okay? And we'll talk about the bearish items later, perhaps if I have time. Too busy trading, folks, but we found this bounce. And what was this bounce? It was bounces worth up to almost 370 down into about 330 level. Okay, that's a 40-point bounce in about a matter of a week. All right, you don't want to take those kind of bounces. This is how you find out. It's very, very simple. It's simple now that we know about it. Here's our ADX, PPO ADX crush, and we're looking for, here's PPO and here's ADX. We are looking for this type of relationship right about here as it widens out. Guess where we are right now? We're in that situation, and so we called it. And I said pilot positions. In our group, pilot positions means small positions, and then you nibble on this, go into it slowly as we go. So that's what's happening on the daily. Let's go see what's happening on the weekly. Weekly is bearish as F, right? And everybody's looking to short this, but we bounced about the time that we called it. Again, pause it and review what I called out. Since then, we bounced on the weekly. Okay, remember, PPO ADX crush indicator works for daily and weekly. Okay, smaller time frame, too many variability, it doesn't really work. Okay, so let's go look at what's happening to our PPO ADX. Holy crap, right? Now, daily and weekly are aligning. This is about as close as of a pinch that we can get, right? And we're going to do one of these. You're going to have a rip your face off rally, and guess what? Earnings are just right around the corner. There may be a potential for Lululemon, of all things, to rally ahead of the earnings. This is stretched. And this is how we find out it is ready to bounce. There are other indicators, as you can see on this, but we are only focused on, if you just focus on finding these relationships as the market sells off, or if the stock sells off, you are going to be 95% ahead of the game. Okay, these are the type of things that's not taught anywhere else that we teach at Galaxydoc Market in our courses, in our mentorship program, and also in our alerts group. All right, so this is what we do for you. Okay, this is something that will rock your world. It will change the way you trade. Hurry up and go and get things moving. Okay, go look for these PPO ADX bullish crush indicators. Now, I'm saying that there are other patterns, there are other nuances that you want to look at, but if you don't understand anything about PPO or ADX other than what I just showed you, and you follow this relationship, you will be ahead of probably 8 out of 10 traders that are out there, and it will help you with your trading. Okay, just don't apply it to anything lower than 130 minutes. Okay, I recommend daily and weekly time frames for the best resolution and result. So what has happened in real time? This is the 1 minute chart in real time. As I called out, remember that we are in basically the Pacific time, just had 3 hours for the Eastern time. We basically started to getting into our positions in LULU right about here. Okay. And so if you're a day trader, it doesn't matter if you use 0-day options, weekly options, I don't know, monthly options, stocks, it doesn't really matter. But basically, if you took today's options, I don't recommend doing anything from what I tell you, unless you actually understand what I'm talking about. But this was quite a bounce, right? From about 300 level to 307. Okay, so this is what happens and how powerful the PPO ADX index. So in summary, guys, just learn this, okay? Go do some Google searches. You don't have to buy my course. I'm doing this for the betterment of the YouTube community, and I want you to learn. I know I put out a ton of videos, okay? They all mean something. I put my heart and soul into this, but I want you to do well, because a lot of these stocks right now in the consumer discretionary section is beaten up. It doesn't mean they're not going to keep going down, but they're not going to go down in a straight line. This PPO ADX combined together with understanding your chart patterns and technical analysis, it can provide a powerful trend reversal indicator. We just talked about the bullish side. There are much more nuances, but if you just understand this one thing, then you're going to be able to find things that are intermediate term bottoming, short-term bottoming, or a major term bottom, especially during market crashes, which I think potentially this market is signaling that it may do. You learn to apply this in daily and weekly. I do not recommend shorter time frames. Find the crush, Okay, very easy, right? And you will find a bullish bounce at critical support levels. Okay, this is how you find out. Lululemon is a prime example of current PPO ADX crush indicator system at work. And these systems are taught in my Galaxy Trading Method course. Okay, so if you want to learn more about that, I'm going to show you how to reach out to me and how to consider joining our group. Like I said, I want a group of traders that are learning oriented, that are going to be supportive in a community fashion, okay, and that likes to make money, okay. Apply it and it will change your trading. This one little thing, folks. So if you liked it, please like us, share us, subscribe, okay, comment, okay. And I do thank you. We are getting some notices. Our subscribers are growing, okay. We're also on X.com, Galaxydoc Market. Okay, follow us there. I put a lot of good stuff on a daily basis. Okay, some things that I can't put on YouTube, owing to the fact it takes a lot more effort to do that on YouTube. If you want to learn to work with us at Galaxydoc Market, right here, reach out to me at coachbrandon@protonmail.com. It's very, very important that you do that, okay? And schedule a consultation, okay? And I think we're very well worth it. And anyways, I hope this changes the way you trade and put some light into what we're doing. And if you want to learn more about how to apply this in full and what it is that Galaxydoc Market does, okay, and what I did in my last 35 years of trading, okay, and you want to just avoid making the same mistakes that everyone else makes or the mistakes that I made as a trader, click the link below and find out how to work with us, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped, and let's go get some alpha.